my favorite bunch of beauties. Welcome back to ACW Beauty. My name is Denise. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see and I hope you subscribe. This is my makeup basket for the week of December the 20th. December. Why do I keep doing this? This is like the second week. For the week of February the 26th. I am a little bit closer than normal because this table right here is a mess and I don't want you to see it. I know some of you like to see the actual basket, but not today because my table is a mess and I don't feel like cleaning it. So anyway, we are going to go into the things that I used last week and what is going to be coming out of my basket, as well as what I am going to be using for this week, which I happen to be grabbing from the table beside me. So we will jump into it. Last week I did pull out a very oldie but goodie palette, which is my smoked palette. I did use this palette last week and I enjoyed using it last week. I did not have any eye irritation at all. The colors went on very well and blended very well. That is the smoke palette. So for now, this is staying in my collection, but going back into the drawer. I used also last week the Natasha Denona Retro palette, and that is this here. Goes without saying, I enjoyed using it. I used, oh, I think you all saw me use this. I used this one in a video, a collab video last week. So I'm counting this as used last week. And this is the Pat McGrath Mothership 3, the Subversive palette. And that looks like that. So, of course, enjoyed using that because I enjoyed doing the video. I have the Tarte Energy palette. I did not use this palette last week. And I would keep it in my, oh, let me show it to you. I would keep it in my basket for this week, but this week is specifically Black Owned Brands Week. So that is coming out just because of that reason. I did use the Amore y Mariposas palette from Melt last week. And that looks like this. Okay, enjoyed using that. I grabbed way too many palettes. This palette right here, I used for my first day at work last week. This is the Hip Dot Witchy Warms palette. And that looks like that. I don't think I could show you how nice the palette was last week, but it looks like that. And this is what the shades look like. Very pretty. I really enjoyed using this palette. This one was, yeah, this one might be getting like almost regular rotation because it was really nice last week. Did not use the L'Oreal Amor Caliente palette. Really pretty palette, like really pretty palette, but just didn't get a chance to use it because I pulled way too many palettes last week. And then one day I was off from work, so I really only used 4 palettes. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Which leads me to the Love palette from Natasha Denona. I did not use this palette last week. I said I was going to try to like combine some stuff and I didn't. I used the palettes in their entirety last week. I used the bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beautiful Skin Sunkissed Glow bronzer and I have it in the shade Tan. So use that. I did use the It Cosmetics Bye Bye foundation, which is one of my favorite foundations. And because this is not a Black owned foundation, it is going to come out of my basket. Otherwise, I think I might keep that in there. I did use last week the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and this is just something under my foundation for glow. And I enjoyed using this. I thought it did exactly what it said that it was going to do. So yeah, I'm going to leave that actually in because I don't have anything black owned that would do that. I do want the Danessa Myricks. She has a glow serum. I have my eye on that. I did use also the Tarte Shape Tape in Tan Deep Honey, but that is coming out. And I don't know if I use the Fenty Pro filter, only because this is part of my project pan. It is going to stay in my basket. I used the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Multi Glow Beautifying All Over Glow Highlighter. It's way too many words for one thing. And I have it in the shade Dreamlights. And I used this and it was really nice. And the NARS Rising Star Cheek Palette. I used this last week also. Really nice. Actually, let me reel that one back in. I feel like it depended on the brush I used because I think when I did the collab video, I can't remember what video I used it in, but I used it with one of the Sonia G Lotus brushes for your cheek, and I felt like that brush didn't pick it up. But then I think the second time I used it with this Bare Minerals Blooming Blush brush. And I feel like this brush did a better job of picking it up. So, it was last week. And that is it for the products that I used last week. So, we are going to get into the things that I'm going to be using this week. And some of them you will see in my Monday morning makeup for tomorrow. So I'm going to jump right in and tell you the things that I used, or the things that I'm going to have in my basket for this week. And we're going to start with the eyeshadow palettes. And the first one is one of the new Pat McGrath Love Collection palettes. This one is the Iconic Infatuation. So this one I think is the more mauve-y. Yeah, this is the more mauve palette. And that is what those shadows look like. And this one might be worn on my first day of work. I pulled back out the Clarity Cosmetics Croc palette. I really like this palette, even though my green shade came shattered. But this is what this palette looks like. Sadly, this palette is no longer available. I wish brands would get it together and stop bringing out these gorgeous palettes and then giving it to you for 2 weeks and taking it away. Because I feel like not enough people were able to get their hands on this palette, which is a shame and which is costing the brands money. I also pulled out the Juvia's Place The Coffee Shop palette. And I still have Juvia's Place's first palette, which was a neutral. I think I'm going to toss that because I have this one and I feel like I have everything I need in this palette, so I can get rid of that one because it is super old. I pulled out the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 3, the Experience palette. So sad I couldn't get my hands on the full size one. Was so happy when she came out with a smaller version. So I did use this in my Monday morning makeup coming up tomorrow, so you all will see it then. And the last eyeshadow palette I pulled out is from Ace Beaute, and I also used this one in that video, and it's the Ambiance palette. And the shadows look like this. It looks very fall, but this palette is so pretty. And the formula, I love their formula, so it was a joy using it for that video. Let me move this over here, and then I can put this one right here. For foundation, I pulled out the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm, Blurring Balm Powder. And I have it, I'll show you this, in the shade number 8. And I will show you what shade number 8 looks like. Or let's pull it back this way a little bit. So that's shade number 8. And I used I pulled out for my concealer, the Juvia's Place I Am Magic concealer in the shade number 11. I pulled out for bronzer the Minted Bronzer in the shade Yacht Life. And Yacht Life looks like this. And also pulled out, oh, this is what I was supposed to use today. Let's put some on our cheeks now. I did not use this. I used something different, but I'm going to put some on my cheeks right now. This is, while I'm saying that, the Pat McGrath blush without, what? This is the Pat McGrath, Skin Fetish Divine Blush in Paradise Venus. And I'm going to put some right on my cheeks now. And this is over top of an LYS blush. So, and I pulled out the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in the shade Lunar Nude, and I did not put a highlighter on, so let's grab my Sephora highlighting brush. I just didn't do my makeup any justice today, and alright, pull that out also. And I am running out of room. Let's see. Can we go that way? Sure can. Alright. Alright. So it all fits. I also pulled out, actually we can move the highlighter to here. The LYS Higher Standards Satin Matte Cream Blush in the shade Inspire. And their Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder in the shade Independent or Tan. And that will actually be it for the week, because I'm not wearing any lip colors. It is definitely going to be a balm, but I'll tell you what I have on my lips today is from Propa Beauty or Propa Beauty, and it is their Luminous Satin Lipstick in the shade Prowess, and that looks like this. And then I just lined my lips with the Luxe liner in the shade Kola from Juvia's Place. And that is pretty much it. That is my makeup basket for the week. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye.